Hello, and welcome to this another episode of Your Questions and My Answer. And today's question someone has asked me on Quora is, what have you done to improve your communication skills? Very good question. Very good question. So let me share with you a few things that I have done in my life to improve the communication skills. And a lot of these are captured in a Udemy course that I have called Excellence in Oral Communication. Right. So take a look at what I'm going to tell you here. And if you're interested in more, go and search for Arun Singh's course on Excellence in Oral Communication. So the one of the things that come to my mind that I must share with you is I have learned over the period of these 40 years to answer direct to the point, and I learned it the hard way. How? See, like many of us, when a question was asked, I used to give a lot of background right in the beginning without coming to the point and answering the question. And I was that time I remember I was general sales manager till the time I do used to do that in Johnson and Johnson. And once I remember I was walking down the stairs of my floor, and my managing director also used to walk down around the same time for lunch. And he asked me, say, hey, ask me a question. And I, as usual in my own style, I started answering by giving him a background. And obviously, he was a person who wanted a to the point answer. So he says, Arun, what did I ask you? So I was kind of flabbergasted, right? And that happened couple of times, and I learned then what you need to do is answer the questions to the point, because the other person is in a hurry to understand and get the answer that he's looking for. And that's how I learned about it. Second thing I learned is to structure the talk, and this I learned quite late in life. I used to structure them, but I never used to care to structure it according to the needs of the audience. And if it is a 5 minute, I would talk about various things. Say, for example, I were to introduce myself to my batch of GSCM, Global Supply Chain Management 1 year program students at IMO Airport. So I would tell them about my sales, marketing, blah, 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 blah. No, that's not relevant for them, right? And I don't know how, but somewhere I kind of figured out that I need to tell them what is relevant for them. So I cut short many things that I used to tell them earlier and told them more about what was relevant for them in terms of global supply chain management and my experiences in supply chain, and how could they be useful for them. So communication, you need to make sure that you're communicating relevant thing. Third thing I learned again very late in life is listening patiently. All of us have this tendency when a question is asked, we jump to giving the solutions. And someone is narrating his own story, we start giving solutions, even though the person has not asked for. And I read when I was doing my coaching for executive coaching from CFI at Chennai, and I read a wonderful piece which talked about why should you listen. I still have that on my computer, and it basically says that if someone is telling you, listen carefully, because if he or she is telling you, she's not looking for help. If you're going to help, otherwise you're undermining their capability. So don't offer help. Let them. They just want you to listen. And if you just listen, and that's what you need to do. So I started listening a lot more. And the last thing I can talk to you about is communicating in two ways. I used to communicate extempore, keep talking about and about, and I used to feel sometimes the audience used to be non-responsive. And over a period of time, I realized that one-way communication doesn't make sense, does it? So you need to have question and answer session. And in all my courses, that's what I try and do. To ensure that the audience remains engaged, I structure my talks in form of some questions and then answers, and that makes the communication in two way. So these are a couple of things, few things that I could share with you right here, top of mind. And as I said, take a look at. There are a lot more things you can do to improve your communication skills. I'm sorry, and you can also do practice with me. So take a look at that course called Excellence in Oral Communication in Udemy, and I'm sure you will find many things that you would learn to improve your communication skills. So I hope you enjoyed listening, and understanding what I am saying here, and I do look forward to see you again sometime somewhere.